I was just watching a video on YouTube about this South African guy who lives in China, and he went to the birthplace, a city in China called Changsha. And this is the birthplace of the father of modern China, Mao Zedong, Mad Mao, Murderer Mao. You know the guy, the Cultural Revolution in the 1970s, etc. And he decided to interview some people there, but he did decide to interview young people about Mao. And the education system in China is a lot better than it was before, granted, but they do omit things, important things in history. And even the media, which is controlled by the CCP, which is controlled by the government, will hide this information as well. Now, if you want the evidence of this, I typed on Baidu. Baidu is the Chinese search engine similar to Google. And I typed in how many people that did she murder. And it doesn't come up with, Mao, murder. And it came up with how many people killed the Ripper, and then something about cats. So it gave me some results, but nothing to do with Mao Zedong. And people say he is the biggest mass murderer ever in the 20th century. So I wanted to make sure that this is wrong information, or it's not showing us the information, it's hiding the information. So I went to Google and I typed in the same question, and you can see here how many people did Mao murder, and then the websites that come up automatically with this would be numerous. Just on the first page alone, you're going to get the truth. So this is something about China. They do hide information. The media is controlled by the government. So you would have the Global Times, you would have China Daily, you would have Xinhua News, for example. These are all medias in China. But they will only do the positive side. They hardly do the negative side of China, but they will do the negative side of England, France, Germany, even Iceland, for example. So when this guy was going around Changsha, the home of Mao Zedong, the young people didn't know the bad things of what he did. They would only know the good things. Now, the thing is, if you do ask an older person in China about the Cultural Revolution, they may do it in a light way. The Cultural Revolution was between about 1969 to 1976. And it was basically the thing which happened in Russia, and Mao Zedong copied it for China, related to communism, Marxism, and all that kind of stuff. It didn't work, it didn't fail. Many people did die of starvation, etc., etc. So if you ask an old person related to that, who may have lived through it, they may give you how life was for them. But they wouldn't go into anything too sensitive, maybe because they're not allowed, they don't want to do it online, etc., because it may implement them as Mao, the best leader ever in the 20th century. But they live through it. It's the same as other countries that did have not a brilliant past, and the old people, they don't really want to talk about it, but they may have lived through it, and it was a horrible time for them. And it fades through history, the same as Tiananmen Square in 1989 on June 4 or June 6, sorry, I can't remember the exact date, where if you ask this to the younger people, they would go, huh? They wouldn't know about it. And we all seen the videos from BBC and from the newscasters who were in Tiananmen Square in 1989, broadcasting it live in some occasions, showing us what is happening. This has been deleted from Chinese history. It's not in history books. And every country has good things and bad things. England, America, Mexico, etc. Could you imagine Mexico denying the drug cartels? It's hiding information. And I think we should have the ability to search for anything we want to, as long as it's not a state secret for the benefit of the public. Yeah. But we should be able to know about history because it is our heritage, it's our culture, it's who we are. And you would say in the West, you do get this luxury of knowing about history through history books, online, history teachers. There's no restriction related to it. It's good and it's bad. In China, it feels like they delete history. That is the bad history, like the bad things about the Cultural Revolution, where people starved to death because there was no food. And maybe we talk about 1989 Tiananmen Square. The younger generation wouldn't really know about it, and it's not in their history books, and it's not covered on their social applications. So if you typed in WeChat, which is a little bit like Facebook, what happened on June the 6th, 1989 in Beijing, and they may do some other things which did happen, but not the big event. It's all food for thought, and it's just something which I totally disagree with, that you shouldn't hide history. What do you think? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Please do like, please do subscribe, please do share. And I think that's about it for today. So I will wish you a happy day. God bless to all, and I will see you soon on the Asia show. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.